Hello, I'm Dr. Anthony Wheeler, and this is Live Better, a doctor's insights on how to live a longer, healthier life. And the topic of today's short talk is how thoughts affect stress. I'm going to tell you all about it. On the roller coaster of life, our thoughts can dramatically influence our physiology. How, you ask? I'll tell you how. Ideas can affect everything from our heart rate to our immune response. By understanding and mastering this connection, we can turn a potentially harrowing event into a smooth ride. Let's play with this roller coaster analogy. Imagine the ascent as increasing stress or anxiety levels, and the peak to represent maximal stress. Positive thoughts can help maintain a calmer, more balanced physiological state in times of stress. Conversely, negative thoughts can trigger a cascade of stress hormones like cortisol, leading to increased stress levels, increased heart rate, and preparing the body for a fight or flight response, even when there's no threat really present. I have an embarrassing example of this. My girlfriend and I drove out to Colorado to visit my family. We're somewhat outdoorsy, so we made it a point to get to the mountains. So here we are cruising through the Rockies when a little red light starts flashing on the dashboard. Fuel low. Here we are in the middle of nowhere about to run out of gas. Somewhat of a stressful situation. What if we get stuck? Do we still have AAA? How long do we have to just sit here and wait until we run out of gas? Our thoughts were racing. Instead of getting more stressed out by nervously overanalyzing non-existent negative scenarios, take a deep breath and take back control of one's mind. We accepted that we'll either run out of gas or make it somewhere to get gas, and just try to Google a gas station as we kept driving. Wouldn't you believe that about 15 minutes from where the fuel indicator low turned on, we found a gas station and filled that tank up to the brim. Tragedy averted. 3 points stick out with me from this event. 1, no matter how bad the situation, a negative mindset will only make it worse. 2, a positive mindset might make a poor situation better, or at least easier to manage. And 3, don't let the fuel tank fall below half. Lessons learned. Now sure, that might work on minor stressors like running out of gas, getting lost, or forgetting where you parked, etc. Small things. What about peak emotional states, when our emotions are most intense? Here, the mind's power over the body's stress response can still be useful, probably and arguably even more so. We can observe our emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. This worked for me when I thought I was going to tumble hundreds of feet down a cliff, somewhat of a peak stressful situation to be in. I'll tell you all about it. I was on an ill-advised, unaccompanied, dangerous hike in Arizona. The desert sun was beaming, and the cactus at the top of the mountain was mocking me. "You'll never make it up here, Anthony, no matter what you do." Forget all that cactus, I'm coming up there whether you like it or not. My goal was simple. Make it to the top of the mountain to put that cactus in its place. However, about 3/4 up the jagged, dusty, rocky mountain, my internal voice said, "This is wild. Why are you here? I should not be doing this." My conscious, rational prefrontal cortex kicked into high gear and immediately insisted that I turn back for safety. Now, up until this point, I was focused on going forward and up the mountain. Now I had to turn around, and I couldn't escape that dizzying ground, only broken up by the sharp cliffs and the jagged edges of the mountain. The cliff was very steep, and each step I would take to get back down, I'd slide a little bit on the dusty sand. I could have freaked out. That would have been understandable and justifiable. Instead, I recalled the process of visualization. Envisioning ourselves handling the situation appropriately can reduce the physiological effects of stress and anxiety. Athletes often use the technique of visualization to improve their skills, whether hitting that game-winning shot or that series-preserving home run. I used visualization to not plummet to my death. I imagined myself lying back to increase the surface area for more friction so I wouldn't slide and scooching down the mountainside. It gave me the confidence to press on, and that's what I did. It was terrible. Scooching down a rocky, gravelly, prickly, cactus infested mountain. I have holes on the bum side of my base layers from that. I hope this story shows how observation of one's own stressful state can create the mental space to choose a response to stress rather than being overwhelmed by it. If you remember anything at all from this speech, let it be this. Each loop and turn on our emotional roller coaster can be shaped significantly by the interplay of our thoughts. By mastering our mental narratives, we can influence our physical response, turning what could be a nerve-wracking experience into a joyful journey. If you are interested in living a longer, healthier life, then you are in the right spot. See you later.
Oh, yeah. You already have coffee this morning?